Hello, so this is my sixth and final devlog now. So I've now finished all of the levels, polished the boss fight, and gotten everything set up in the way, well, to the best of the ability I can with the time I've got left. Also, I've noticed some bugs. I've been able to fix most of them, so I noticed the canvas was the wrong size. There's other bugs I've picked up on, which I'll probably put in a document as just like bugs that I noticed and what I tried to do to stop them. I added music and sounds to the game. When you pause the game, because I assume it stops the game time, it actually doesn't replay music if you go to another scene. If you come back to another scene, it still doesn't play music. I tried fixing that by adding like a void awake set set time scale to 1, but still just nothing. So yeah, there's definitely issues in the game, but I got most of it working. I'm happy with most of it. So I'll show you this level first. With this one, this is like a fully in the dark, so you pick up this hat pickup. You then break this wall and carry on through. And I introduce the torch mechanic, where you light torches to open doors. The level's also a bit open-ended, so here it kind of splits ways. So you can go right, and you'll have these skeletons to fight, and you have to light this torch. In order to make it so you don't have to just, run all the way back, I added platforms that move all the way above here, so you can't get on them any other way. So you can't skip these sections. From here, you have these are ice platforms which you run across, and there's crossbow traps that shoot you on a timer, so they all shoot at different times. You can dodge them. And again, the tower's through there. When both are lit, the next door opens. I then have these bridges that you can go across. When you jump onto these, it will move, and you have to try and shoot these towers while they're moving, so it can be quite tricky. Again, that will then open this door here. This section is another one of the swapping wall portions of the game, but I think this one is slightly more challenging because they're less regular. The platform is a lot more tricky. So, for example, here you have this spinning platform, but then a moving platform. You have to jump over this wall, which doesn't sound too difficult. But when this wall's coming at you, and every time you jump it swaps, it does become quite the challenge. I'll say that much. So moving on, again you've got another platform that moves and a breakable wall, a little bit of an enemy encounter, and then go to the portal and finish the level. See, there's not much to this level, because like I say, it's in the dark, and I thought because of that gimmick, you don't want to keep it too long, and there's not much you can do if you can't actually see anything. I really like the idea of it being in the dark, and I think I've executed it very well. However, like I say, there's not much more you can do, as you can't put things in the distance or do far off platforms or anything like that, or anything too crazy, because your vision's limited. That's kind of the point. You're already playing at a slower pace, so the level, while it's shorter than the others. Also, I think this is the best level in the game, frankly. I think it's the most interesting at the very least. The others are very linear. This one has quite a bit going on. I honestly think you could have made quite an interesting game just doing it fully in the dark. Kind of regret not thinking about doing something like that earlier. But yeah, so that's done. And then the boss fight. If I find that. Boss fight, here we go. So yes, this one's set up so I've swapped all of these around to be wooden platforms, rather than the white blocks they were before. And to be honest, it's not changed, it just looks slightly nicer with the skybox and all that sort of stuff, and all the actual assets in place now. Other than that, nothing has actually changed with the boss fight, same as it was when I first showed it, but slightly more polished, I guess. It does make a sound, it does like a little laugh when you start the scene now. Well, I forget it's called, like 8-bit something or other, but it sounded like a laugh, so I went with it. I think it was hypersonic wave, I think it was something like that, something weird. But yeah, I just decided to use it as an actual, yeah, just as an actual thing. I've got the words, scream, or laugh, that's the one, laugh. And when you load the scene, it does play music, so you go, that's the laugh. And it does this in every single scene, including the menus. Okay, so I'll also show you that I have set up a level select system. It's not perfect by any means, like everything else in this game, but it's in there. So the way it works is there's 2 of every scene, which again, I know is terrible practice, but it does work. So you get a different menu, which has a different level select, and all these scenes go to the menu. So the reason there's more is like level 1 through 3. They use the pause menu, but they have to go to menu 1 and not the original menu. So yeah, that's why there's 3, because they have to go to the other menu. I know there's probably a way to do a save state that would be easy, but I've never worked with save states, so I don't know how to do it. And again, with the time remaining, I just didn't have time to do that, so I was like, I'll just put something in that works rather than something that's like super elaborate. I'll show you on the level select screen the way it works. So I included these little pictures, which, yeah, they're not the best pictures in the world, except for level 1. Level 1 looks nice. But they signify what the level is. You can tell what they are and infer it. If I had more time, it would look a lot nicer, but, it works. And if you look on level 1, there you go. In level 1, return to menu. There you go to the one that has the level select unlocked. Like I say, this is the bug I'm talking about where music doesn't play anymore because you paused the game. I don't know why. The game functions fine and it's still playable, but yeah, it just doesn't actually work anymore. It's very strange. So yeah, that's the end of my project. So I'll do my reflection video and let you know how I feel about it. But yeah, it's done. So yeah, that's the end of the devlog and all of the development on the game.